it's Cold 38, and I've finally decided that I'm going to do another LEGO City update, and I'm going to start doing them more often, hopefully. I know I haven't done one in so long, but I have a completely new layout now. Hope you like it. I know a lot of you liked the other one. Hopefully you like this one even more. So, let's get started. So this city, this is actually just called LEGO City, so it's more of a big city than Brickville was, so it's like LEGO City. So I'm pretending it's a completely different city like in the movies. And yeah, so it's in California, and you can see a surfer there. So let's get started actually now. So here we have some buoys separating the place where people swim from where the boats are, and I'll show you that later as soon as we get to the harbor part. But right now I'm going to work my way to the right and around. So we have the beach here. Lots of people hanging out. Guy about getting ready to surf there. People kicking the soccer ball. Palm tree there, as you can see. And then we have the lighthouse from the Lighthouse Creator set. Very cool indeed. Over here, we have the hospital. I don't think the name of the set was called Hospital. I think it was like Helicopter something, but it is a hospital, obviously, and it has a helicopter on top, and it has an ambulance in the garage. Across the street from the hospital, we have a soccer field from some really old set. It's just like the small soccer field set there, which is really cool because you can kick the ball by doing that. I like flinging the little guy, kind of. And then here we have the apple tree house, a very cool set. Definitely recommend it. So that's very cool. The top can come off right here, I believe. Yes, right there. There's like a little loft in there. So we kind of have a little forest, just a mini, or not forest, but we just got some pine trees here on the water. Just for something different. Here we have our beach house. Really cool. I decided to put it right on the water. And what's cool about this is I literally just set the base plate on top of some other pieces. So if I need to film or something, I can just take off the base plate and film inside the building, so I don't have to like work my way around the city to get in there. As you can see, there's just a cool little scaffolding thing under there holding it up. And here's the house itself. Recommend this set as well. There's two other designs you can do. Same with the other two sets, the lighthouse and the apple tree house. They all have two different things you can do because they're Creator 3-in-1, which are really good. So yeah, really cool set. We have right here. This isn't actually in the city. I'm just putting it here for now. This is a French restaurant. It's gonna be in Paris in one of my movies. In Foxy Bobby, actually, which is, I'm working on the first episode. It's gonna be out soon. Sorry for the wait. So that takes place in this city and also in Paris. So that's the French restaurant. I'll show you this real quick because this is really cool. So I took some of the chairs out for other things because I haven't been using this recently, but there's a bunch of tables and there were some chairs on the second floor. This is where you eat. On the first floor, it's rather small. This is kind of like a waiting area because it's such a nice fancy restaurant that everybody loves. And there's the counter. And yes, and it's on a corner building. Like, I've actually been to Paris, and there's a bunch of buildings on the corners. So over here is the movie theater that came with the town plan set. I love it. It's a great, like, 50s or 60s cinema here. I don't know which, but I forgot exactly, but it's either 50s or 60s. And then the light blue walls are really cool. Cool movie poster signs here. And there's some people waiting in line. The back is actually open, and this base plate is also on top of another base plate, so I can just remove it if I want to film inside, which the back is open anyways. But that just makes it a lot easier. I'm just gonna move this bus. And back here is a cool little parking lot here. There's some little apartments that I actually designed on Design by Me, which unfortunately they no longer do Design by Me, where you can buy them. because it was too expensive for them, because they had to pay the workers and everything, and they had to do it by hand. And so there's the red sports car there. Looks like that guy's just leaving his apartment, about to get in. These are actually just one-sided things. I'm thinking of putting a black piece of paper behind them. I'm going to put buildings on the other side too, just so you can't see through it. So here is Josiah's Diner. I actually came up with that name in one of my older cities when I was younger. And it was a little diner. I don't know if it was in my last city or not, but I found that sign in my Lego bin, and I decided to use it on this restaurant, which is really cool. Not all the floors come off, but it is removable because it's a base plate that's just set on top of another base plate, kind of. It's elevated, though. And I guess you could say it overlooks the water. That was my goal, because it kind of, if you see all these windows here, if you look that way, you can see the ocean. So that's kind of cool, and there's steps up. Here we have the gas station from Town Plan set. Very awesome set. I recommend it, like all the sets. Pretty much all the city sets I have I recommend, because they're all fabulous, and all the creator ones. So very cool there. I don't know why this is here, but I might put a Starbucks in the gas station. Just put a little Starbucks sign there or something. But that would be really cool. And so there's the little tree there. That's kind of cool. Here's the Octan sign, or Octan, I think, actually is how you pronounce it. Looks right here, we have these people fixing one of the gas tanks. And you can see the mechanic there and two other guys that work for the place that are trying to fix it. And the oil truck is coming down, or the fuel truck is coming down to refuel the gas thing as soon as they fix it. So yeah, I have some people walking around, of course. And as you can see, there's kind of an alley right here where you can see all the way down to those buildings. But yeah. Okay. So here we have a little basketball hoop with a basketball. Came with the apple tree house, actually. I just decided to move it over here. It's more metro or something. It's kind of cool. Then we have that came with this red sports car, that little orange thing. In case your car breaks down, you can call the tow truck. And street signs. And this is cool. This is kind of like a dock that goes all the way down to the end, pretty much, or close to the end. And I'll show you this more in detail right now. So we have, this is the city corner set right here. We have the bike shop. There's no bikes in it right now, but there came with a few bikes that people are riding over here. There's a little place you can sit down right there. Right next to that is the pizzeria. Very cool. It's not a very wide building, but it's really cool to film inside if you want to film like a scene where people are having pizza. And there's kind of a small little attic up here, which is kind of cool because it overlooks the harbor. And yeah, very cool building. And again, I'm going to put a building behind this so you can't just see the back of it. Same with this white one here. Here's a little area where you can sit. It's kind of cool. And here we have this building, which was in my last city. It's really cool. It's kind of like a little apartment building. And there's windows overlooking the harbor, the harbor. And so the dock kind of ends right there, and I might make a sidewalk going a little bit farther to this house here. But again, this is all, I'm still making my city. It's a constant process. Just keep adding more and changing stuff.